Hello, good morning everyone. It is 7:04 and I'm at 275.1. So I gained zero point 0.1 pounds. I'm not even going to bother I'm going to let go of what my weight is. I'll keep measuring it, but I'm the perfect weight for where I'm supposed to be at in my journey at this very moment. And each day I will be the perfect weight for what that day is supposed to be like. And I know that I'm on a downward trajectory, and yeah, that's it. um so I woke up in the middle of the night. I didn't check the time. I probably should have. It definitely felt like I was supposed to. I don't know why. Maybe it was significant, maybe it wasn't. But I felt this it was like all over my head. There was this massive kind of vibrational tingling thing going on. And it stuck around for it was almost like it wanted me to know that it was there. So it stuck around to make sure I was awake, and then it left. Yeah, not sure what that was about. My head feels fine. Okay, something I didn't realize until yesterday. That healing light, I think maybe it healed my cheeks as well. Because the inside of my cheeks was bitten up so bad from constantly I'd be chewing, and then I'd bite, and then there'd be a piece of skin that would be a piece of my cheek that would kind of heal over, but it would be like a bump, and then I would bite it again, and it was it was a horrible thing. My inner cheeks are totally smooth. I don't feel any weird injuries or anything. So that's really significant. Yeah, it just, I don't know. I mean, that's awesome, obviously. I think maybe when the jaw getting all the tension being removed, and then the throat, I think that the cheek thing also happened. So yeah, I don't think I have anything really to say at the moment. I'm just gonna do my stuff for the day, and we'll see what happens. So I guess thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Bye. Hello, it is 1:32, and here's my food. It's a bit high today. It was the bowl's almost overflowing, but just barely fit. Went to the gym. Went really early. I went at almost immediately after I did the first recording. So that was cool. Then I Oh, right. I ended up walking for half an hour after I did the gym. I kind of get the feeling I want to do a little more activity in the afternoon. Maybe I'll climb the hill or something. Although, I don't know yet. I'm kind of wishy-washy on it, so I'm not... Maybe it's not the hill. Maybe it's just, like, walking in general. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah. Sorry, I thought I saw like a glinting hair, and I was like, what is that? And then I tried to be casual about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna say what I'm thinking. Like, that's. But yeah. Anyway. What a silly little thing. Okay. I don't know. I'm like feeling really like my energy's just all over the place today in like a good way. I just want to be moving. There's like it's not even anxiety. It's just like there's a low hum of excitement that's in the background. That's just kind of like it's like it's ready to do whatever it's going to be doing. I don't know what that is yet, but I just keep thinking of like I gotta clean. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to clean. And now maybe it's like you don't want to clean, and so you do the thing you actually want to do. Maybe. I feel like I have to clean. I don't know. It'll show up when I need to clean. Maybe I need to... I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I went shopping to get some more tofu and some frozen veg. So that was good. Man, like, today was one of those days where everything just flowed perfectly. Like, all the machines that I was using for my workout just were, like, free at the perfect time. And then, you know, I hopped on the treadmill, and then I came back, and I went out to go do the shopping. And the shopping was, like, it was chaos in the actual, like, store. But somehow I just perfectly, like, split the tide. And, like, where I was, there wasn't very many people. Even though I knew, like, people were running back and forth to try and get stuff. Not literally running, but, you know. And then I just, like, it was literally, like, in and out in, like, 15 minutes. And I was... Yeah, it was so funny. There was a lady who, like, ran past me. And she was like, oh, it's so crazy today. I don't even know why I came here. I was just thinking, like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. But also, like, somehow I just made it out there without, like, so much as, like, a hindrance at all. It was just... It was crazy. So yeah, it just feels like one of those days. Blood Moon is tonight at, like, I think 12. So it's like 12 or 12:30 is when it starts. And it goes until, like, I think it's like 3 or something. Is that even right? I don't know if I got the time right. It's like there's a window, and it might be earlier, it might be later. I can't remember, but yeah. Anyway, regardless. Yeah, fuck. Okay. I'm thinking I need to do more of the background like a part 2. Because I haven't posted the part 1 because I wanted to make it one big video. It's going to be fucking massive. That video is going to be so long. Like, I doubt anyone's going to, like, watch the whole thing. Which is fine. But, like... And that's, like... Believe it or not, this like 2 or 3 hour video is going to just skim the surface on, like, what happened by just covering major events. Fuck. It's like so much. But anyway, so I'm feeling pulled towards, like, maybe after this I'm gonna make the video. Like, I'll eat food and then do that. I don't like stating things, you know, as I've said, but I just feel so strongly about this. Like, I don't think anything's gonna stop me from getting it done. That's how strongly I feel about it. But I've been trying a lot more. I don't know if it can be noticed, but I've been trying a lot more to let myself sit and not even think. Like, it's not that I'm thinking. It's that I'm letting things bubble up to the surface. And when it pops into my head, that's when I'm like, okay, I should talk about that. So it's very different. It's like, you know, I've mentioned how I feel like an abyss with just the depth of, like, what's going on with me. And so it's like it takes time, like travel time, for stuff from the abyss to travel up to the surface and pop their head out. So yeah, so when I pause, it's like, okay, I'm letting myself kind of settle and see if I need to say something. And then if it pops up, then I will. So, was there anything else I need to say? I guess this might just be a short one, which, you know, whew. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna eat some food, and I'm gonna get stuff done. So, there might be something else. I like. What else is it? It's pretty awkward. Any day now. Okay, I think I'm supposed to say something about okay. So this is really kind of vague, so I don't know where this is going to go, but I'll just start talking and we'll just see what happens. So forgiveness. Okay, I get this. So, okay. Okay, I think I'm piecing something together. So, when we have something happen to us, whether it's someone being rude or someone doing something to us, or maybe it's like indirectly things are happening to you that are kind of like based on decisions some person in power has made. It's really easy to kind of paint them in a box of like, I hate this person. This person, like, my roommates kind of say this all the time, where it's like, oh, like, you know, Trump says something that they dislike, and then they're like, fuck Trump, I hope he dies. And it's like, why? Why do you want Trump to die? It's like, well, I don't like him. And I'm like, okay, well, do you think that about everyone? Well, no, because he's a special kind of, like, hatred or whatever, where it's like he's done something big enough to where it warrants him just getting killed. And we've actually had several kind of, like, back and forths about this, where it's like, I can't understand why you'd want that. It's kind of like, as soon as you allow for this kind of mentality to kind of permeate into you, it's like a slow meter that kind of rises, where you've allowed the idea that someone can do something awful enough to where it warrants them to be killed. And maybe it's coming from a place of like, look, we don't want, like, a serial killer who doesn't give a fuck about anything to, like, go on a rampage, so we should kill him. That maybe it's, like, there, at that level. And then slowly, well, now it's not just serial killers. Now it's like, well, of course I would kill Hitler as a child. Of course I would, like, you know, you just start, like, it's a buildup of, like, this resentment towards people that at first it's like, it's because they're doing things that are, like, really bad. And instead of trying to, like, figure out a way to help heal them so they don't do that again, instead it's, well, you've made one mistake, so that mistake, regardless of, like, if it's a horrific mistake, right? You've made one mistake or 1,000 mistakes, and you do not deserve forgiveness, so your life should be ended. And in fact, once you get kind of high enough in this, like, threshold of just, like, awful feelings, really. Like, these are awful emotions to kind of let sit in you, because they kind of rot you from the inside. You get to a point where it's like someone says something that you don't agree with, and then you're like, I don't like them, therefore they should die. I don't like them, therefore they should whatever, right? And you can do some pretty heinous things because you feel justified, because they're the other that I hate. And so because they're the other that I hate, anything is game. And then you cite, like, well, such and such did this thing, so all people that support that person should be, like, hurt. And when you get this kind of mentality, it's like, it's no wonder that there's a huge divide in America and in other parts of the world, where it's like, if you just view other people as an opponent to, like, hurt and kill and maim and torture and whatever else that could be there, like, you're just as monstrous as the people that you're saying are monsters, if not more so. Like, especially if it's like, okay, you believe something, and so now I should destroy your things. I should punch you. I should hurt you. It's like, well, what the fuck did this person do? And it doesn't matter. It's from both sides. It's from, like anyone who has this mentality of it's us versus them. It's fucked. It's totally fucked. You gotta start seeing people as people. I don't know where the fuck this is coming from, but I'm mad. I'm feeling like anger towards like this line of thinking, where it's like, well, who the fuck are you to think like one specific set of people is like the enemy because they don't agree with you? Like, what the fuck? You know, and it's like, as soon as you take away, that was like, oof, I didn't like that. I didn't like that feeling I was feeling there. So when you have this kind of mentality permeate through everything, and again, it rots you from the inside. And as it rots you more, you don't want to look inside because you know what you're fucking doing's wrong. Like, come on. There have been so many instances where it's like people have done things that are uncalled for, unjustified, and just mean-spirited. And I'm not taking sides. Look, as long as you treat people with respect, you treat people with autonomy, and you treat people as people and not animals, I don't give a fuck what you believe. Like, doesn't matter. You're walking your path, I'm walking my path. We may not agree on things, that's okay. But we should never treat other people as animals or subhuman. We shouldn't. It's disgusting. And that is the kind of mentality where it's like, you know, this righteous indignation that because you feel you're on the right side, you can do carte blanche to anyone who doesn't agree with you. It's like, bro, you gotta stop. You gotta stop, like, rotting yourself. Because, I don't know, like, what's the point? What's actually gonna get accomplished here, other than hurting people? Is change gonna happen because you suddenly, like, wrecked someone's car because you don't like them? No. It's just gonna make someone have to file insurance, and, you know, then everyone's insurance goes up by just a tiny bit because now there's one more, like, mark on the insurance file that's like, yep, there's a higher increase this year, so we're gonna have to raise rates to make sure we still make profit. It's like, you just fucked yourself. Like, congratulations, you know? And then you don't feel good about what you're doing. It's like, you go out there, and just to be clear, I'm using the you in terms of, like, society you, rather than, like, you specifically watching this. So, obviously, like, I just wanted to be clear there because I know that sometimes I'll use you and it may feel like I'm personally, like, attacking. But yeah, it's like you sit there and you go to a store. There's a bunch of people who are in a melee brawl, rioting, and you steal some fucking stuff from a store. And it's like, come on, man. Like, what? What did the business do to you? Oh, you gotta stick it to the man, so you fucked up someone's, like, store? Like, oh, come on. Like, give me a break. Yeah, it really just comes back to, like, imagine a scenario where everyone treated everyone else as a person. Just basic human rights. You're a person, you deserve respect. What I said before, I don't want to list it again, but, like, the point is, when you treat people as humans, suddenly the things that you were thinking about doing to the human, suddenly you won't do because you actually see them as a person and not some inanimate object that you can just do things to. Yeah. If everyone treats everyone with this level of humanity, suddenly there's a whole hell of a lot less, like, bad things that happen. And there's a lot more love because humans will love each other by seeing the good in people. And there's no reason to fall victim and fall prey to these rotting ideals of, well, I have a position on this, so I have to defend it till my last breath. And that also means I have to fight anyone who opposes me. You don't need to do that. Why are you so married to a position? Like, is it really wrong to consider that maybe you're wrong for once? But, most people don't like confronting themselves, confronting what's inside. Because then they have to realize that, yeah, there's a lot of fucked up shit I've done. Okay. I've done that shit, Like, just to be clear, I'm not saying I've done the things I just listed. I'm saying I've done my own, like, fucked up things in the past, right? I've made mistakes. So just to be clear, because, that could be misinterpreted. But, yeah, it's like, I've fucked around and, there's lots of stuff that I've fucked up on. Does that mean that I need to continue fucking up shit? No. I always have a decision on how I treat people. You always have a decision. It's never too late to change your mind and start working on yourself. It's never too late. You can be fucking 80 years old and you're like, I don't have much time left. Unless you're gonna live to 100. Maybe you have 20 years, But, like, 80 or 90 years old and you're like, okay, I don't got much time left. and you start working on yourself internally. And it's hard. No one likes facing themselves, because facing themselves involves admitting that you're wrong, admitting that you've made mistakes, admitting that you're hurt, that you're sad, that you wish that people could have understood where you were coming from. You know, we all just want to be understood and loved. Like, that's it. All this other bullshit about, like, you know, I gotta get myself a nice car. Why do you need a nice car? Isn't it just because you want to love yourself? And you're like, maybe getting a car is gonna make me feel better? Just love yourself. You don't need a fucking car, you know? Like, and then once you love yourself, it's like, great, now you can start loving other people. That's all. You don't need all the other stuff. And it sucks to go through all this shit. It's like wading through fucking oil and dirt and grime, and there's fucking stuff swimming in there, and you're like, shit, there's a lot of stuff I have to go through. Well, yeah. Yeah, there, of course. If you haven't done the work, it's just gonna build up. You're sick from, like, an internal perspective. It's a sickness. You gotta just, like any other sickness, you gotta get in there. You gotta scrub. You gotta make sure that, you know, you're clean. Like, if you get cut, you disinfect the wound, and then you make sure that there's nothing lodged in there. Same thing. It's just from a different lens, different perspective. You're not doing something physical, but it's just as impactful, if not more. I definitely have to make a shadow video. Because I'm just talking about shadow work. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to actually write this down, just so I don't forget. Shadow work. Past. Okay. Also, just to kind of mention this, why is it that I'm doing, like, a reviewing my past and talking about my past? It's because this is part of the shadow work that I'm doing, where it's like, I've already done, like, you know, 95-ish% of the shadow work that I need to do right now. But there's, like, that last 5% of just saying my past and then posting it. It's like, I'm not afraid for people to see the struggles I've gone through, both when it comes to being the person that's been abused and being the person who's been the abuser, right? I think a lot of times we like to make excuses as to why we've done something. It's like, why did you punch that guy? Well, I was really upset. I was eating food. He looked at me weird. I felt like he was judging me, and so I decked him. Okay, like... like, clearly that's not an excuse to do that. What you did was wrong. Doesn't matter what built up to it. And so it's like, okay, it's wrong. Well, now you're acknowledging that you made a mistake. And then it's like, okay, well, you gotta forgive yourself. And then after you acknowledge, forgive yourself, then you got to love yourself. And be like, look, you had a hard time. Obviously, that wasn't okay. But you got to love yourself a little more. Because then, if you were loving yourself, you wouldn't have done that. It wouldn't have mattered what that guy looked at you like. Because you wouldn't have been insecure about the fact that the guy looked at you. Because when you love yourself, it's an internal thing that no one can take away. You can't take away that I love myself. Just as I can't take away that you love yourself. And when you realize that, it's like, suddenly, it's like, who cares what people think? Because it doesn't matter. I still love myself. Someone says, you're evil. I know I'm not evil, and I love myself. So you can be firm in your convictions. Anyway, I'll make a dedicated shadow work video. I think that's too many people get caught up in like they hear shadow work and they're like, oh, is that like do I have to do something really specific? Do I have to do some like ritual thing to like make it happen? No. You don't need to do anything specific. It's a personal process, which means no one can tell you how to do it. I'll give some guidelines of like, approximations of what you can do or how you can start. But at the end of the day, it's such a personal experience that no one can actually do for you. So, like, I'm just going to say it. Coaches and, like, all of this other stuff, they're aids to help you. And they're really good at bringing out an aspect that you need to face. But you still have to face it. And you still have to work through it. They can't help you do that. So they're really good at facilitating, like, quicker, like, bringing up of things that maybe you don't even realize. But if you are not ready to face it, doesn't matter what they bring up to you. Because you can't work through it because you are not ready to face it. So the work always comes from within. And that's something anyone can do at any time. You just have to want to be better. And I'll tell you, a lot of the signs of, like, you needing to do some sort of shadow work, well, if you have some resentment towards someone, there's definitely something there. If you have random bits of, like, anger, there's a whole list of, like, things that when you're dysregulated inside, it manifests as something outside. If you're not happy with your living situation, your job, your whatever, it's probably because you haven't done enough shadow work to realize that you can change your situation. Once the internal is fixed, I say fixed, it's not really a fixing. It's a healing. There are wounds there. And you gotta go in and you gotta be kind to yourself and work through it. Alright, I'm getting too in the weeds there. I don't want to metaphorically blow my load on, like, talking about the shadow work stuff before I make the actual video. So, but, yeah, I mean, if any of that resonated with you, definitely go like watch the video as soon as I post it, because I think it'll be eye-opening. If you've never heard of shadow work, oh boy, you're in for a lot of work. But it's so rewarding. Like, I'll just say, I could have been the guy that, like, points at everyone else and says, look at what they did to me. Look at what this person did to me. Look at what that person did to me. I could totally have done that if I didn't do shadow work. It's like, you know, part of the depression is like not facing my shadow work. Part of the like not wanting to live and distracting myself with video games and movies and TV shows is not wanting to do the shadow work. That's why we distract ourselves. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna go eat my food and then I'll do some stuff. So, thanks for watching and I'll see you in a second. Hello. It is 9:25. I have made my food. Chickpeas. And today, bananas. I know. I have shifted to the banana side to try it out. Because if the grapes are weird, and people think the grapes are weird, then... Sorry, hold on. There we go. If the grapes are weird, then... bananas, from what everyone says, is actually really good. So I should try it. So I am. Anyway, I just tallied it up. I have spent 5 hours straight recording video. I chopped up my life video. I think I'm probably just gonna mush it all together. But part 2 that I filmed is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Part 3 that I filmed is 1 hour and 20 minutes. Part 4 that I filmed is 30 minutes. And then part 1 is an hour and like 30 minutes. So that's like almost 5 hours. That's a fucking huge like thing. So I don't know, maybe I'll cut it up into part 1 through 4. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. Also, it's going to be really hard for me to post that video. I cry a lot during these videos. It is rough. I'm like blowing my nose, I'm crying. It's like, it's a thing. So, and then after I recorded those, I recorded a 2-hour like review of my love life in detail, because I think a big theme that I was noticing on things that I've really I was getting hit by was this feeling of feeling love during certain moments of my life when otherwise there was no feeling of love at all. You know, like not loving myself, not feeling loved by others, and then suddenly someone comes in and does like a really loving act, and you can tell that they just really care about you in that moment. And it's like, yeah, it's like very touching. But surprisingly, as I dug deeper, I'm like, yeah, I've actually had a lot of
experiences, but the experiences are more like there's a lot of like one-sided, like I really like you, you don't like me, okay, and it just kind of, that's just a theme. But yeah, I don't know if I want to release that. I kind of went into some graphic detail. It's like not really graphic detail, but like I don't know if YouTube necessarily, if that would actually be like skirting the line, or like YouTube might have a problem with it. So also, to be fair, that's kind of like maybe a cop out to just posting it. So I don't know, because it is like the love stuff is something that is kind of hitting a spot that isn't fully healed yet. It's not that it's not. It's like It's like the things by themselves aren't the problem. So there's like layers to shadow work. And you have like surface layer stuff of like someone did something to me or I did something to someone else. And it leaves scars on both people for both things. Where it's like, if you're the one doing something to someone else, there's like feelings of regret or like sad that you like went and did this thing, and it kind of, that builds up. And then on the opposite end, if someone does something to you, you're like really sad and hurt and whatever it is. So that's surface level stuff. Then you go deeper. What are the underlying reasons behind why you did that? And then you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's like breadcrumb trails. And you just kind of follow where the breadcrumbs go. And yeah. But anyway, I really need to make a shadow work video because I think that's going to help a lot of people. But anyway. So I'm definitely going to release the My Life series. And I guess I'll think about what I'm going to do with the My Love stuff I recorded. I think maybe once I've like, I don't know. There's like some like lingering anxiety going on there. And I don't know if it's fully anxiety or if it's also like anxiety mixed with my intuition telling me I shouldn't. I don't know. So, but I feel strongly that I should release the My Life stuff. So, anyway, I've been talking non-stop almost for like 5 hours. So I really want to eat my food and just kind of relax. The blood moon's coming up in a couple hours. I think I'll have to just walk outside and I'll know if it's happening yet. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. I guess it's going to be, well, it was still a long one. The other, whatever. Anyway. All right. I will catch y'all later. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. I guess you'll know if anything interesting happens with the blood moon. To be fair, the talking about my life stuff was pretty interesting, so maybe that's the big thing. I don't know. Anyway. Bye. Have a good night.